Episode 15. The Mission. Early morning the next day, Sarah Harding looked outside from a window of her sleeping quarters. Wearing a long white blouse, her pants still laid out on the bed behind her, she takes in the view of the enclosed worker village. To her left, the animal quarters with the laboratory, and next to it the restored operations building. To her right, at the top of the wall, the control tower. In between the buildings, patches of green grass, ferns, and a few low palm trees cover the ground within the surrounding walls. It was also different from her last visit at this location. This was no longer a dinosaur graveyard, nor raptor territory, as she recalled. As the sun slowly crept over the wall, throwing a small line of sunlight over the top onto the operations building, she wondered how they took back this particular part of the island, and more curiously why. Thinking she'd ask, her mind turned back to the situation of the animals. She sighed and turns, picking up her pants and putting them on. Then she walks out of the room and continues out into the yard. Ignoring the men in the greenish uniforms outside, who she takes to be the security team, she continues towards the animal quarters and enters at the office where she finds Henry Wu, sitting behind his desk working on his computer. Seeing her come in, Henry looks up.
Dr. Harding, had a good night's sleep?
Good enough, you?
Oh no, I've been processing the data we gathered from the old data center yesterday. When I found what I was looking for, I knew I wouldn't sleep anyway. Jerry's in there, attending to the animals.
As Wu turns his attention back to his work, Sarah nods and continues, through the soundproofed area, into the animal quarters, where her father, Jerry Harding, is sitting on his knees at one of the cages, opened. Coming closer, Sarah sees the young, sick Stegosaurus inside. Jerry Harding, trying to get the small Stegosaurus to drink, did not notice Sarah until she was almost looking over his shoulder. The animal lying on its side on the ground, its neck resting in the arms of Jerry, who is supporting it, just above the ground. Startled, he looks back at Sarah, just finding out she's there.
Sarah?
How's she doing?
He's dying.
Feeling sorry for the young Stegosaurus, she looks down into her father's eyes, seeing the sadness there. The Stegosaurus is breathing heavily, irregular, its eyes small, twitching.
She reminds me of the better times this island had.
The young Stegosaurus gasps one last time for breath. Its eyes widen, and then the body of the small animal goes limp in Jerry's arms. A tear rolls down Sarah's cheek. Looking down at the animal in her father's arms, her mind was split between her statement that maybe these animals shouldn't be here, yet wanting to preserve their presence now that they were.
It's giving me a headache.
Sarah turns her head away from the dead animal, not looking at her father. Feeling her own heartbeat inside, she decides.
I'm sorry, Dad. I'm not the right person to take over.
And she runs out to the yard. Outside, she runs into the 6 guys of the security team, getting ready together with Vic Hoskins to go out on a mission, stocking 3 Indian Humvees with tasers, tranquilizer guns and cases of darts. One Humvee in the middle has a metallic frame cage on the back covered in a military green cloth. A cage to transport animals, or more people. The other 2 just have space for 4 people and cargo in the back. Then Sarah notices Tim among the men, and after she wiped away a few tears, Sarah addresses him.
Tim, what's going on?
We spotted a few people on the island yesterday, about 4 men and a woman. We ran into them at the old research facility. I thought I recognized Dr. Grant as one of them.
Dr. Grant? What would he be doing on Isla Sorna?
I don't know. It seems their plane crashed. I really don't know any more than that.
Can I join you? I could use the distraction.
Vic Hoskins walked by, carrying a case of darts, overheard and addresses Sarah.
Can you shoot?
Yeah.
Then you're in luck. We're actually a guy short. Ryan's sick. And we're moving out now.
I'm good to go.
Guys, this here's Dr. Harding. She'll join us too. Dr. Harding, these are the guys.
Hoskins points to the guards one by one as he names them quickly.
Andy, Laura, Dennis, Bob, and Cindy.
Each guard saluting, giving a short wave as their names are mentioned.
Hop on. Murphy, stick with her. Guys, we're rolling out. Get going.
Vic and his 5 guards get on the 3 Humvees, 2 in each. Vic gets in the passenger seat of the second Humvee, with Sarah and Tim in the back seats, in front of the transport compartment. The gates open on the east side of the wall to let the cars through, and they move off. From within the second car, Vic Hoskins gives out instructions over the radio to the other cars.
We'll start at the old research facility and work our way around, see what we can find.
And the 3 cars drive off over the jungle road towards the north. Simon Masrani enters the control tower overlooking the worker village, just seeing the 3 cars drive off, out of the enclosure and the gates closing behind him. The 3 control workers looked back to see if Mr. Masrani had any commands for them. It was highly unusual for Simon Masrani to stay this long, and he was slightly annoyed, holding back his frustration.
I noticed Hoskins just left with his man to take care of our visitors, and I just spoke with Henry. Raymond is still with fever. So, what is the ETA on that supply ship?
They arrived and are unloading, sir. I just relayed your message that it may take on another passenger. They expect to be ready in 45 minutes, an hour at most. I'll let them know you'll be joining them shortly.
Good. I will leave for the dog at once. Thanks.
Very well, sir. You're welcome.
Masrani turns and leaves the control tower. And the moment he closes the door behind him, the radio begins hissing, until through the static, the control workers hear a voice.
Engine Control, this is the captain of the USS Carl Vinson speaking. Do you read?
3 workers look at each other, dumbstruck.
The U.S. Navy?
Come in, over.
This sounded like something their commander needed to handle, but he was in late again.
What are they doing here? Shall I answer?
Of course. I think we have to. I'll go get Mr. Masrani back.
As the second control worker gets up to get Mr. Masrani back, the first nods and presses the send button.
U.S. Navy? This is Engine Control from Isla Sorna. What do we owe this pleasure? Over?
Engine Control, I doubt this will be a pleasure. We are under orders of the President of the United States of America. He has been informed of a possible dangerous outbreak coming from InGen's dinosaurs on your location.
The captain continues speaking, while the 2 remaining workers turn white, not daring to interrupt.
And we are ordered to take measures to prevent spreading of the disease. You are to prepare for evacuation and will be placed under quarantine. The island will be destroyed. With the permission of the Costa Rican government, we have now entered their waters. Our ETA is 2 hours. An airstrike to neutralize the island has been approved and will commence immediately after evacuation. We are expected to report status in 3 hours, so use the next 2 hours wisely and prepare for evacuation. The airstrike will not be delayed. I repeat, the airstrike will not be delayed. Do you copy? Over.
The 2 workers look at each other, hesitating on the answer.
Can they just do that?
I don't know. Apparently?
Engine Control, do you copy? Over.
My colleague is getting our boss. I think we need more time.
What don't you understand? There is no more time. 2 hours. Inform your boss and make ready. Trust me, you do not want to be on that island when the airstrike hits. Over and out.